by Éric-André Martin and Catherine Kluver-Ashbrook. Éric-André Martin is the Secretary-General of the Study Committee on Franco-German Relations at the French Institute of International Relations, and Catherine Kluver-Ashbrook is the Director and CEO of the German Council on Foreign Relations. Thank you both very much indeed for joining me today. Éric-André Martin, if I can just start with you. There's just been a press conference which we're getting a few lines from, warm words perhaps inevitably. What does this new pairing that we're seeing at the moment leading Europe mean for the future direction of the EU?
First of all, I think this visit is very important for both countries, Germany and France. The point is to first for Chancellor Scholz is to turn the page of Mrs. Merkel and to demonstrate that he's in charge now. And for President Macron, it's very important to have to demonstrate a close cooperation with Germany on the eve of the French presidency of the Council of the EU. And for both countries, this is also the resumption of a tradition to dedicate the first trip outside the borders to the partner, and in this regard, things are very converging in this period of time.
Catherine, the Scholz era just starting. Of course, he's not known in the way that Merkel was internationally to the public, and yet obviously he leads a hugely powerful nation. What do you think it's going to mean, first of all, just in terms of the political alignment between France and Germany, and the sort of personal chemistry that might or might not be there between these two leaders?
Well, the first message, and I agree with Eric there, is stability. These two leaders have known each other for a long time, because let's not forget, Olaf Scholz was the vice chancellor in the past government. He was the Minister of Finance, very powerful position, particularly in this critical time. And he said that at the very end of the press conference in the Q&A for Europe's recovery from this pandemic. I think he feels himself very much to have been the steward and part of the Next Gen EU recovery package, this financial package that is intended to lift Europe holistically out of crisis. So with new investments, with innovation, those are exactly the kind of issues and ideas that appeal to an Emmanuel Macron. Scholz himself is very close to his French counterpart. And so there are known unknowns in the sense that these two have known each other for a long time, and they now share perhaps a little bit more of a sense of wanting to push Europe toward an integrative motor rather than just manage crisis, which was the hallmark of Angela Merkel.
And Éric-André, obviously there are tensions building on the question of Ukraine. The closeness of the relationship between Merkel and Putin was often commented. There's obviously the whole sort of energy politics as well in the background. Again, what do you read into the Franco-German leadership on the question of Ukraine and how this will play out in terms of relations with Russia?
France and Germany play a crucial role in providing a format of negotiations, the so-called Normandy format, between Russia and Ukraine. And it is important in this context that France and Germany get ready and able to resume their role as brokers in this conflict, in order to bring the two parties to a diplomatic solution. And in this regard, it's very important that when talking about continuity, that both the French president and the German chancellor appear to be in the game, to remain in the game on this crucial issue.
And Catherine, again, in terms of the German position on Ukraine, I mean, how much political worry is there about what might be coming in the new year, and how much Germany is prepared to take a stand?
Well, there's a fair amount of worry, and they've taken very clearly and conscientiously the reports of the American intelligence units on board, and they've been, as you know, in very close discussion with American leadership to coalesce around this position. You know that one of the sticking points, of course, here in terms of putting together a package of sanctions on the economic side that could really get Putin to sit up and listen and withdraw troops and mostly heavy materiel from the Ukrainian border, which is what the real issue is, that they've been bringing all this materiel and, of course, up to 154,000 soldiers to that border, is the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. And that will be a very difficult question internal to this German coalition in terms of whether that will be put on the table as part of an economic sanctions package that the West is looking to put up against this affront, if you will, of the Russians on the Ukrainian
And just very
border.
quickly, what are the early indications on that? Because it's a really key question.
Well, you have a coalition government that is split down the lines. The Greens had wanted never to see this pipeline completed. Big parts of the Social Democratic Party would still like to see this go ahead. This might be a political off-ramp to, quote unquote, freeze Nord Stream 2 in time for this coalition. And that could hold it together and send an important geopolitical response to Vladimir Putin in the East.
OK, Catherine Kluwer.